a bit confused myself reading the script for the first time, but this is a play with inside a play. So each kid has about 2 roles, and we get to see both sides most times. So if there's a little confusion about that, just know that the play that goes wrong is the actual play here, but there's a play that is called The Murder at Haversham Manor that is within the play that goes wrong. The Murder at Haversham Manor is the actual play that's going wrong. So I know that's a bit confusing, but anyways, these kids have been working really hard, super hard, for these past couple weeks. We have a lovely cast, mostly French Quarter. They're give them props.
Let's not forget Avalon.
Let's not forget Avalon. They've been working super hard, and so have the backstage ninjas. They gave us all these lovely props.
Performance of The Murder at Haversham Manor. Can I kindly remind you that there's no talking, eating, drinking, or flash photography during tonight's performance. Also, if anyone finds a Duran Duran CD in the auditorium, I need that back. So if you could hand it to one of the PDs at the end of the performance, that would be great. Enjoy the show. Alright, stand by for act 1. Note cast names is still missing. We need to find them before the entrance. Annie, just leave it. We need it. We haven't got the time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HBC's production of The Murder at Haversham Manor. I would personally like to welcome you. I'm the head of the Drama Society. We are excited to present this play because, for the first time, we have managed to find a play that fits the company's numbers perfectly. If I could be honest, a lack of numbers have hampered last year's productions, such as last Christmas's play, The Lion in the Wardrobe, or last summer musical, Cats. But now on with the main event, which I'm confident will be our best show yet. So without any further ado, please put your hands together for Susie H.K. Bridewell's thrilling whodunit mystery, The Murder at Haversham Manor.
such a thing. Cecil, come quick. Your brother's dead. And the mother is calling alarm.
This is madness. My brother was a good man. I'm in shock, Thomas.
As am I, Cecil. As am I. Just a week after engagement. I don't know how it ever happened from this.
The man is paranoid, jealous, and I can prove it. Perkins, hand me Charles Jones from the mantelpiece. Look, the last entry. It reads, I fear Florence does not love me. Despair consumes my soul.
But I will transform my heart.
It's here.
The inspector! Good heavens, he is here.
Good evening. I'm Inspector Carter. Take my case.
Yes, sir.
This must be Charles Haversham. I'm sorry. This must have given you all a shock. Are any of you the deceased immediate family?
I'm Cecil Haversham, his brother.
I'm going to call him his fiance. Tonight was our engagement.
The sad thing. I take it everyone is assembled in here?
Yes, the only member of the staff is Al, the gardener. I saw him at Thanksgiving for the weekend hours ago.
Okay.
His guard dog.
I see. Listen, you all must be in shock, but forgive me. The sooner I can begin my interviews, the sooner we can all get to the bottom of this ghastly business. If you be as kind as to bring the body to the study so I can examine it, then lock all the doors to the house and prepare this room. I will conduct my interviews here afterwards.
Any ideas on the cause of the death, Inspector?
It could be a number of things. Before fully examining the body, I wouldn't like to say.
How could someone do it?
Let me see. I, Charles Haversham, hereby amend my last will and testament to leave the Haversham Manor and all my money to... Good heavens!
Thomas Collymore, Inspector.
Thank you, Mr. Haversham. But before I interview Thomas Collymore, I'm going to need to review some documents in Charles' study. I'll return present.
Tell me, Thomas, did you find Florence?
She ran out some grounds.
And what were your feelings about Florence and Charles' engagement?
Why, I was on board, of course.
Thomas, I have a confession to make.
Yes?
Florence and I are in love.
What? I said you did not love you. You're your brother's fiance. No wonder your father hated you.
Don't speak about my father.
I'm not. I fear no match if I still.
I was always thinking for you, Collymore.
Swish, swish. Swish, swish. Swish, swish. Swish, swish. Now it seems there's no doubt who killed Charles Haversham. He was murdered by his own little brother in a fit of rage. You'll be sorry, Haversham. You'll be sorry.
Good heavens, what's going on down there?
I heard screams coming from downstairs.
I'm on my way, Perkins. It is important we remain calm and we don't let each other out of our sight. Where is Miss Collymore?
Here she comes now. Get in here, Florence. Thomas, I'm frightened. Oh, there's a rider. Do you hear me?
Take cover!
Great Scott! Good heavens!
What the? Florence, don't panic. Cecil's crossing the landing.
I'm dead.
Oh. Good heavens.
Cecil's dead. A double murder.
Come on.
You wouldn't believe what a nightmare this evening has been. Mr. Havisham was murdered tonight.
Charles Havisham?
And not only that, but his brother Cecil was also murdered.
Good heavens, will that explain the strange things I've seen in the garden tonight? Look, take from this in the grounds this time. A lace handkerchief, stained with the deep red marks of the distinctive scent.
Poison!
Not only that, the handkerchief is also embroidered with the initials FC.
Florence Collymore!
Indeed.
Florence, gang, your weapons instant!
What is it, Perkins?
You killed your own... You killed your own fiancé! I'm the murderer! We all know that's not true! It is true! You've been exposed!
Al, you've been me for years. Surely you would know when I would do something like this. On the contrary, Miss Cole, these eyes speak from the guilty. Your wild accusations have permitted this! No suspect! You're dizzy! Quickly, lie down on the couch. Don't worry, I'll wake her up. She's up cold. She's up cold.
And look, Al found this in the garden earlier! A handkerchief laced with poison!
Save your excuses, Perkins. We all know the true one belongs to you.
Me?
You, Perkins. It appears Charles Reed is the sole beneficiary of his inheritance.
There must be some misunderstanding!
Save your pleading. Save your pleading for the police station. Thomas, handcuff him to the sofa so he can't escape before we take him to the police.
What happened? I must have...
Happened! I must have... That happened! I must have fainted! Curse my delicate constitution! You did faint, Florence! We've learned that Perkins! Perkins? But he's such a kindly old man!
There must be some misunderstanding. I didn't kill Charles, but I know who did!
Who?
Inspector Carter!
What on earth?
He was, embezzling money.
Nonsense.
He was the cop. He was the perpetrator.
Never. You can't prove it.
Charles could, and that's why you murdered him.
What a situation this is!